The mother goes to see her son in the cafeteria at school. Then she witnessed the actions of the teachers and felt extremely angry. This story tells about a very sad thing that happened to a mother and her youngest child, who was only 6 years old. It changed their lives forever. This story shows that when a whole community comes together with love and support, it can overcome any social stigma that promotes hate. Nicole has 5 kids and she feels happy and proud about it. They are a modest family. But that has never prevented them from being happy or from striving for what they desire. Nicole's husband, Mark, has a job as a truck driver. Because of this job, he has to be away from home for long periods of time, so he can earn money to help take care of their family. Nicole cannot work anymore since becoming pregnant with her first child. She didn't go to college because her family didn't have enough money, and her grades weren't good enough to get any scholarships. However, this never made her feel less important compared to others. Her family is what she considers to be her biggest achievement. Being a mom changed her life, and that is her main job. Her most important focus is to look after her 5 children, show them love, and give them a good education. It's okay if we can't live in a huge house, go on trips, or buy new clothes every year. All of that is shallow and doesn't determine who we are. What we do and achieve in life define who we truly are and determine our worth. She always reminded her children to remember something important whenever they were feeling down or disappointed about not achieving something. Hunter is the smallest of her kids. She is only 6 years old. He is with twins Bruce and Jack, who are 7 years old, Margaret who is 9 years old, and Anthony who is 10 years old. They are all good kids who study hard to have good chances in the future and help their family. All the kids go to the school in Grants Pass. Nicole takes her kids to school and brings them back home every day, unless her husband doesn't have to work that week. Then she stays home and does other tasks. Everything seems to be going fine. Their everyday life is the same as any other poor family in Oregon. But something bad happened in their life that would completely change their lives and the lives of the people who knew them. One day, while they were going to school, their car stopped working. They had 5 more kilometers to travel when suddenly a bunch of smoke started coming out of the front of the car. The kids were scared because of the smoke. So Nicole had to stop her car and see where the smoke was coming from. What happened? Mom, is it a big problem? Asked one of the twins, looking scared at the smoke coming out. It's probably not important. This car is really old and needs a lot of fixing. But I don't think it's too serious this time. We should go to the car repair shop. He is very close to here. And if we are fortunate, he will repair it fast so that we can go to school. In that school, students can't be late. They are very strict. The oldest son said, looking very worried. I understand, my child. But I have no power over when the car will stop working. Your school needs to understand these things. You're not late because you are having fun. It is a serious situation. Nicole said that if you have any issues, let her know and she will personally explain it to the necessary person. Nicole went to the closest car repair shop and was told that her car would be fixed in 1 hour. The car had a small problem, but a piece needed to be changed, and she couldn't fix it any quicker. She told her 5 children that will be at school in 1 hour. But their serious expressions didn't comfort her. After Nicole finished at the mechanic and paid the bill, she found out it was more money than she thought. Then she dropped off the children at the school gate and said goodbye to them from the car. He did not want to leave the car and was still buckled up with his seatbelt. "Hunter. My dear. You need to go to school. Hey, it's not a big deal if you missed just one class," said someone, trying to reassure the boy. However, the boy still appeared serious and as if he had something else on his mind. "We can't arrive late. It's against the rules. Mom. It would be best if I don't come in. I'll pretend that I'm sick," he said, staring directly into her eyes. The little boy appeared very afraid. "All your brothers are inside. Hunter. Please enter the building. If something goes wrong, I will be here to assist you. Believe me. My child. Mommy will always be with you. But now it's time for you to come inside. Please," Nicole said. Finally, Hunter gave in and got out of the car. Sad and disappointed, he walked slowly into the school. But before going inside, he turned around to say goodbye to his mom one last time. Nicole was worried because her children did not want to be late for class. But most importantly, Hunter's son was a very happy and joyful boy. She had never seen him so scared before. She understood that the school had strict rules, but she was unaware of how strictly they were enforced. She chose to wait until lunch to make sure everything was okay. She really wanted to go see Hunter and check on how he was doing. Nicole thought she was a very caring mother. However, she realized being too protective can sometimes be bad for her kids. So she decided to give them more freedom. However, a mother is always aware of when she needs to intervene and keep her children safe, even if she crosses some limits. She drove around for a little while to save time, went to a supermarket close to the school to buy things for her house, and drank a cold coffee. She was in a hurry and couldn't eat much breakfast. She needed caffeine to get energized and start her day. 2 hours later, Nicole got impatient and entered the school. She had to tell them she was coming to give homework for her child, or else they wouldn't allow her to come inside. The school doesn't allow parents to visit as it distracts the children, and they can't focus on their work. She said to her in a cold and mean way that they need to concentrate on studying. When she tried to go to the lunchroom to see Hunter. "Excuse me, ma'am. My son really needs me and I have his homework that he left at home. I will be back very soon. I don't believe that saying hello to his mother will cause him to lose anything. My son is really smart. He knows how to stay focused in class. That rule is ridiculous," Nicole said angrily, as she entered the dining room where the children were eating their lunch. Nicole walked into the dining room and saw Hunter sitting by himself. But that wasn't the biggest problem. A barrier was put in front of the little boy's face, so he couldn't see or talk to anyone else. He saw a cup with a letter D on it and Hunter was sitting and crying. Nicole was very angry at how the school treated her son, just like any mom would be. Nicole felt like she needed to take action. So she grabbed her phone and snapped a photo of Hunter right in the school lunchroom. Afterwards, she posted it on social media, which caused a lot of controversy within the local community. After that, she quickly went to her son to make him feel better and asked him what had occurred. "Hunter. My dear. Please stop crying. That's all. It's finished. Your mom is already with you. Hush," she said to him softly while embracing and giving him kisses to help him feel better and stop his tears. The boy was crying a lot and hugged his mom very tightly, burying his face in her chest. Nicole was very angry at that moment. But she knew getting even angrier would only make her son feel worse. He was too young for what had just happened to him. And watching his mother lose control would not be good for him. The secretary asterisk told the principal and some other teachers that a woman came into the dining room and they needed to remove her quickly. Asterisk note, secretary refers to a person employed to assist with administrative tasks in an organization. But when they got to the dining room and saw Hunter hugging his mom and crying, they didn't know what to do. "Excuse me, but we have to kindly request you to go," the headmistress said in a cold and distant tone that nobody can come visit. Nicole didn't even glance at her to respond. "You have landed in big trouble. And not only with me. What you did to my son will have repercussions. I can guarantee that," she said coldly while holding Hunter tightly. None of the important people at the school, like the principal, secretary, or teachers, were willing to disagree with what Nicole said, or stop her from taking her son inside. They all felt very guilty about what was happening there and the way the school punished its students. A few days later, Nicole's photo became very popular on social media. Many people saw a picture of a young boy named Hunter crying alone in the school cafeteria. There was a pillar in front of him. This picture caused a lot of people on the internet to become very upset and angry. People in the neighborhood wanted to help a person named Nicole stop this scary situation. All the parents whose children were enrolled in Grants Pass came together for a big protest against punishments that were not fair to humans. The surprise happened when not just the parents of the students came to the school gates, but also all the people who had received the photo and were upset to see little Hunter being punished and crying. Many people from different parts of Oregon went there to offer their support and prevent this cruel act. The teachers at the school also decided to speak out against the management in order to get fairness. The Grants Pass school was the only school that everyone in the area could go to. That's why it was very important for parents and children to make sure that the education there was given in the right way and followed ethical and fair rules. They didn't want it to feel like a school where children are treated like soldiers. But besides everything else, Nicole and her family were most surprised by what their neighbors did in the weeks after the event. They were aware that they didn't have a lot of money, and that she had to drive them to school every day. So they made a decision to collect money and get them a new car so they wouldn't be late anymore. "I am so surprised. This car is meant for us," Nicole said, feeling extremely grateful when she went outside and saw her neighbors gathered around a nice red Chrysler station wagon. She said, "Kids, come look at the new car. It's great." It wasn't actually new, but it was in good condition and didn't need any repairs. Unlike her old car that broke down almost every week and became more difficult to fix. Nicole and her husband were really happy with what their community had given them. They would forever owe them. "You don't need to pay us anything, Nicole. You found out what was happening at the school and that helped us. You worked hard to protect our children and their rights. This car is another way of showing our appreciation," a neighbor said excitedly. After a long time of looking into the school's problems, they were checked by inspectors who decided to fire the principal and vice principal and never let them have those jobs again. Nobody else would have to go through the pain that Hunter and the other kids went through during that time. All because of Nicole's bravery and the huge support from the community. The kindness and support of the people in the neighborhood were a big help to Nicole and her family. The residents of Grants Pass showed that when people have love, there is always hope. Did you enjoy this heartwarming and unexpected story? If you did, we would love for you to share your thoughts and tell us how it made you feel. If you want to keep enjoying stories that inspire you like this one, stay tuned.